10 different people who are in 10 different life scenarios going on for each of them, there comes an invitation which is perfectly crafted in a way that they cannot actually reject that offer, claiming that the invitation has stated, "You have a job offer here in this unknown island." It has been spelled like this, UN Aven, asking them to visit that island for a job offer which involves different roles for every individual. And the invitation has been so good that they cannot reject this offer, and each 10 of them have decided to visit that island by trusting the invitee. But when they visit the island, a biggest mystery that they have never been looking for has happened. Let's unravel this mystery and what went in that unknown island. So, as per the invitations, the guests have decided to board into that island thinking that they are going to get a job offer, to meet an old friend, and so on. Each 10 of them had different invites and they accepted and went to that island. The first two guests who have arrived to that island have been instructed to take care of all the household works and do the housekeeping, and they are asked to make the pantry and kitchen work to be completed and ongoing for next 2 days, claiming that the guest who invited them will arrive in 2 days. So arrivees, the first two arrivals to the island, it was a couple who does housekeeping works, arrives to that island and takes care of all the work in that mansion which they got invited. They arrive to that island, visit inside the mansion, and they just keep that mansion running and functional. And they have also been instructed to basically onboard the other guests and inform them that the guest will be on the island. The guest will be coming to the island in 2 days. So the couple have onboarded all of the other guests and allotted necessary room space and to keep their belongings and all as per the instructions from the host. So time passes, all the guests have been onboarded, and then it was the dinner time. All the food has been prepared by the couple has been served, and they have all finished their dinner and they are readily waiting for the host to arrive. But an unknown scenario happens. After the dinner, everybody was in the living space and discussing some random stuff. I do not have any idea about the host. Do you know about it? The guests keep on exchanging conversations. Suddenly, a gramophone starts playing, claiming that it says, "You have all committed different crimes in your life and have escaped from punishments which you have to undergo." After that gramophone being played, everyone gets panicking and they are all out of their mind, don't know what to do because all 10 of them have committed various serious crimes, but they just got escaped from the law and never undergone a punishment in their life. They have they have all started panicking like, "Oh my god, what is this? Where did I come?" They have been questioning various kinds of stuff after that gramophone has been playing. So They've all tried to think that this is a trap and they have been trapped by someone who is a mysterious person. So what happened was they've all tried to pack all their stuff and go back to their homes. But the thing is, the boat they have arrived by to that island will only arrive the next week. Until next week, the boat has to arrive. They have all have to survive in that same island until the boat arrives. So everybody have been in deep panic mode and don't know what to do. Suddenly, an young, rich, lavish boy goes unconscious and fell into the ground. Everybody goes and checks upon him and sees there is no breath. He is actually found dead. Everybody seems chaotic, don't know what to do actually, and everybody gone out of their mind because the first death has occurred as they climb from the gramophone. Suddenly, nobody knows what to do. Everybody fell into chaos, and the conversation exchanges were brutal and going on. The next thing unravels one by one by that mysterious killer who is determined to punish them all for the crimes that they have done in the past and left free without any punishment. After the first death has happened, nobody knows what to do. They just drag his body and keep them somewhere safe, and they protect them with whatever they could get in their hands on. They just basically leave him in a room which is on the garbage space of that mansion, and everybody starts go to take their first night's sleep. In that next morning, another heartbreak is waiting for all of them. One of the couples who saved the food for all of them have gone really mad and went into a deep nervous state that the reason for that young rich boy's death maybe is the food that which they prepared. So being into that deep nervous state, he took some medications to get into sleep. But the next morning he was found dead. The dosage which he took was heavy. It caused the death of that one of the couples. So the second death has been committed perfectly by that mysterious killer. The first death, he put the cyanide into that whiskey bottle and passed to that ring-lit lavish boy, and he was found dead. And the second death was dosage of heavy dosage of that medication which the couple took for going to sleep are found dead in the next morning. On the next morning, everybody gets suspected on each of them, claiming that the killer is one among them. So all of them isolates themselves to protect everybody from everyone else. One guy, out of his mind, left that mansion and went to the shore area of that island, waiting for the boat or any other boats to arrive. Unfortunately, the killer followed him and smashed his head with a heavy object, and just within a second he was spot dead. The third the third death has been committed by the killer. Then remaining seven people not really know what to do, but everybody suspects each of them to be the killer and protects themselves. Then and another guy who's willing to go and prepare his own food, tries to chop some wood for fuel, but the killer followed him and smashed his neck with an axe, his head gone chopped into the ground. The fourth death has been committed by the killer. Who really is the killer? Has undergone four murders, but still six of them have been left, including the killer. All of them have been doubting each other. And another night, the killer went to an young lady and injects that lady with heavy cyanide injection poison, and then the lady also died. The killer has executed five deaths, remaining five of them, and one among them is the killer. Everybody has a deep conversation exchange and protect themselves as much as they could, expecting that killer by suspecting everybody. So five deaths has been committed. What's next? The killer is going to murder someone else among the other four. Surprisingly, here's what happens next. Five murders has been committed by the killer, and he is ready to execute the sixth one while each of them has been suspecting each other. So the sixth death is the killer executes with no suspicion. He went to the bedroom of that retired physician who was about to take a brief nap. He just drops a beer-shaped marble onto the physician's head, spot dead. The physician gone dead in the instant of a second. Six murders have been successfully committed by the killer. Still, nobody knows. A little bit of small friendship starts to bloom between the killer and an retired lieutenant colonel. So they discuss that let's stage a death that the killer has been killed and see how everybody reacts for that. So they stage a death claiming that the killer has been killed so that everybody stops suspecting each other. The death has been clearly staged that the remaining two of them, excluding the killer and this lieutenant colonel, agrees that the killer has been killed and there's no more need to worry. But unfortunately, here's what happens next. The killer actually takes that lieutenant colonel to a cliff of a mountain and pushes him suddenly off the cliff, and the seventh death has been committed. And then there was another guy missing. Everybody starts suspecting each other, and chaos went out of their head for the last three. One lady, Vera Clayton, suspecting a guy named Lombard, shoots him in need of self-defense, and the eighth death has been committed, remaining a killer and that Vera Clayton lady. So what actually happens was, out of guilt, the Vera Clayton lady hangs herself by a rope inside of her room, and she also has died. And the killer is the only person left. Who was he? Why did he commit all the crimes? The killer stages an non-detectable system and let the system shoot him and kills himself. Who is the killer? Why did he commit all these murders? Let's unpack this mystery because the killer is named Justice Wargrave, who was a retired judge of an Supreme Court who was at his last phase of his life, surviving a deep medical condition, having very few days to live. His job is to punish various crimes by analyzing the available evidences. That is what he loved and did all his life. But after retirement, he wanted to do the same. So what he actually did was using all the connections he had, went on and found all the available records of killers who have left unpunished and found all of them and detailedly craft a letter to all of them by analyzing their life situations, letting them visit that island and letting them know through that gramophone and executed each and every kill successfully. So he wanted to leave this mystery unsolved, so he designs a system to kill himself in a non-detectable way and writes everything what has happened in the island and put it in a bottle and throws it into the sea so that no one could actually detect who killed all of them and what happens. This is how the story ends. This is how the killer have executed each and every murder successfully. And this is the story of And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Welcome to the world of lionlike.